Imagine a scenario where you suddenly find yourself trapped in the Amazing Digital Circus. Most people would immediately try to look for a way out like Pomni did, but as we've learned, that's easier said than done. After some futile attempts at trying to escape from the virtual prison, you come to the realization that there is no escape from Kane's circus-themed nightmare. Not wanting to go insane, you are left with a decision to pick a friend from the other suckers trapped in the circus with you. So, would you rather be friends with Pomni, or do you have another character in mind? So you decided to go with Pomni. We don't blame you because it makes sense when you consider the facts. Just like you, Pomni is new to the Amazing Digital Circus. She got trapped in the virtual hellhole a few moments before you, so she shares your fear. Seeing how the other characters have been around for some time, you don't really want to trust them. But did you make the right decision? Pomni is a clueless jester in a wacky virtual world that looks like it was taken right out of a clown's nightmare. Do you really want to be friends with someone who doesn't know her way around the circus? Sure, you think she is trustworthy, so you hedge your bets on the expertise of a disoriented jester who doesn't know her left from her right. From the way Pomni stresses about every little thing, you're going to end up taking care of her a lot. And who needs a baby when you're trying to survive long enough to find an exit? One benefit we can see from being friends with Pomni is you get to know someone who swears a lot. We know being able to use foul language isn't that much to go on, but it's something. Speaking of being able to curse in the circus, there's another character who can do that, but they aren't as welcoming as Ragatha. If you guessed Zooble, you get all points because she joins Pomni as the second character who loves to curse. If you're looking for some middle ground between too nice and completely crazy, you might want to consider buddying up with Zooble. Putting aside the fact she looks like a toy meant for Frankenstein's monster, she is pretty chill. Zooble is always grouchy, so you might want to take it easy with her, but that doesn't make her a bad choice. She has other redeeming qualities, like if you ever need a hand to scratch your back, you can just take any of her limbs. If you're used to being around rude people, you should feel at home with Zooble since she doesn't have much time for games.
If there was a way to leave, I'm pretty sure we'd have all left by now.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Despite always being irritable, Zooble shows concern for others, unlike someone we know who only cares about themselves. In the pilot episode, she welcomes Pomni to the circus when she doesn't have to, and also becomes sad when she learns about Kaufmo's abstraction. We are sure she isn't a heartless creep, so even if you don't want to be friends with Zooble, you might as well not get on her bad side. You never can tell when you will need a mix-and-match toy like Zooble. If you realize that Pomni and Zooble aren't the right choices for you, you might go for the friendliest face in the circus, and that's Ragatha. The pink-haired ragdoll is a sweet little optimist who would try to make you forget that you're trapped in an inescapable prison for a while. Her sweet personality and happy-go-lucky attitude should be very helpful on days when things are tough and you just want to abstract. Despite all her wonderful qualities, Ragatha might not be best friend material when it comes to surviving long-term. Sure, she acts calm under pressure, but it's all a facade for her crippling fear of spending her life in the circus. Being friends with Ragatha might be dangerous because you can never tell when she's about to go unstable. Imagine spending a lovely day with your only friend in the circus, and the next thing you know, you're on the run because she abstracted mid-sentence. Abstraction aside, Ragatha is definitely a pushover, so you know when shit hits the fan, she won't be much help if other characters come for your head. Despite the colorful tents and the singing characters, the Amazing Digital Circus is brutal to everyone. So you don't want to be caught with someone who bottles up all her emotions like a pressurized soda can. Up next, we have the two-faced humanoid Ribbon, who can't seem to catch a break with everything going on in the circus. We don't know about being her friend, but she definitely needs one. With Jax picking on her and Kinger acting like a complete weirdo, Gangle has it rough in the Amazing Digital Circus. It's so bad that she couldn't even get through the opening theme without her comedy mask shattering.
Kane, is this one of your NPCs or is this a new sucker?
She also has to deal with Jax bullying her every moment he gets. In a hostile VR world, a crybaby like Gangle needs all the help she can get. If you're looking to take on someone to protect, you have to choose Gangle. It's not the best thing in the world, but at least you'd get to see the smile on her face when she dons the smiling mask. If you're looking to have some fun while you live out your days in the circus, you should be friends with Jax the Jackrabbit. Jax might not be the friendliest character in the circus, but you just know he is always up to no good. From leaving a centipede in Ragatha's room to abandoning them when they found out Kaufmo abstracted, Jax is as cruel as you'd expect from someone trapped in a virtual hell. With a devious smile on his face, Jax says it as it is, so you don't need to get worried about him abstracting on you. But you have to watch out for other characters who might want to kill Jax for pulling elaborate pranks. If you decide not to be Jax's friend, you already know he is going to make you regret that decision by making you wish you abstracted years ago. However, if you're a rascal like Jax, you would never have a boring day with this mischievous character in your corner. But we can't guarantee you won't end up in jail. At least you'd both have that mischievous smile on your face while locked up. That being said, you might want to stay away from Jax, since you can't be sure what's going on in that head of his. Just like Ragatha bottles up her fears, Jax may be doing the same thing with his ill-mannered antics. It could all be a ploy to keep his shattered mind from thinking about the whole no-escape situation. Sooner or later, Jax is going to pull a prank on the wrong person, and it will be the last time we see his devious smile. At least until he hatches up a new plan to get his revenge. Deciding who you'd rather be friends with is no small feat, and you need all the help you can get. So it's in your best interest to subscribe to the channel, because we can provide the tips you need to make the right choice. We didn't want to talk about Kinger because we know he isn't best friend material, but looks can be deceiving, and he can be everything you need in a pal in the Amazing Digital Circus. Imagine having a paranoid chess piece as a friend to watch your back. He might forget who you are sometimes, but it also means he will forget any secret you may tell him. You also don't have to worry about him surprising you when he abstracts. He is clearly on a path to abstraction, and it's only a matter of days. Alright, we lied about Kinger being a viable friend, but we at least had to try to make it feel fair to all characters. With Kinger, you can always leave him behind for the abstracted monsters. Some may call that using your friend as bait, but we call it making the best out of a bad situation. We didn't think we'd have to say it, but would anyone be mad enough to be friends with the abstracted Kaufmo? We know there are some wild people out there who aren't afraid to try, but is it really worth it? Maybe while he was still the resident unfunny clown, you could reason with him, but it's a little too late for that. From the point where we joined the show, he is far gone and there is nothing that can be done to save him, so it's going to be hard reasoning with him. If you still decide to make him your friend, you might want to brace up because it's going to be a painful journey. You can ask Ragatha. She is the expert on communicating with mindless, abstract monsters.
Hey, Pomni! Thank you! Perhaps help me out here! I understand that you don't want to, though.
If you're mad enough to even consider Kaufmo, you might also consider winning over the Gloink Queen. She might not be the best choice, considering she wants to make a perfect utopia where everything is perfect Gloinkian mass. If you have no problem with being swallowed by the Queen, she should be happy accepting you into her family. But before you stoop so low, you might want to consider someone else in the circus. If you know what's best for you, shouldn't even think about being friends with Kaufmo when you have Kane and Bubble around. They might be sentient AIs set on sending you on crazy adventures, but at least they aren't unstable. You might even be able to win Kane over with some smooth talking since the Ringmaster loves to talk. There is nothing better than having an all-powerful AI in your pocket. I can think of a few things he could do to make your life in the circus better, but Kane doesn't really care about the trapped characters. His idea of help is sending the crew on a nonsensical adventure to get their mind off their predicament. And that doesn't sound like genuine help. No matter who you choose to be friends with, it's going to be a roller coaster of chaos in the Amazing Digital Circus. You might need to check out our other videos to survive the digital delirium, and if you're looking to thrive, it's in your best interest to follow the channel.